If you hear my kids in the background, they're with daddy.
You can easily click off if you don't agree. And to be honest, I really don't care who doesn't agree, because at the end of the day, I really don't have to be doing this. I don't have to work. I'm still, whether you like me or not, I'm still going to be rocking Chanel and driving a Porsche. So, was that earlier?
We're still talking about the new trophy wife, and she had commented in her community tab in reference to the GoFundMe. Why is she doing a GoFundMe? Why is she trying to raise money on her children's trauma? And she commented that she's had to apply for SNAP, which is food stamps. Obviously, there is nothing wrong with food stamps. I've been on food stamps from the age of 16 until I was 24. When I graduated college, y'all know I was a single mom. I had a baby at 16. I've been on my own since I was 16. I struggled and put myself through school, and all my time in school, I was on food stamps until I graduated, started my job. So there's nothing wrong with food stamps. There's nothing wrong with Medicaid. I think we should all get some food stamps, and I believe in universal health care, okay? I pay $800 a month for health insurance, okay? And it's going up in January. So obviously there is nothing wrong with food stamps. But I thought it was interesting that she said, obviously I don't have to work. I don't have to be doing this. I'm still going to be rocking Chanel and drive a Porsche. Ma'am, you lied. You lied. Happy Saturday morning, my darling cousins. I absolutely love you, adore you. Thank you for the love in the comments on the videos. I'm going to try to be in the comment section today. Be sure to continue to comment, help my channel to grow. It's picking up a little bit. Share these videos out for me on Instagram, on YouTube, on X, to your friends group. Okay, thank you. I love you. I adore you. Shout out to all of my cousins. I'm gonna have to name you guys everlasting cousins, savage cousins, new cousins. Okay. I absolutely love you, and I see a lot of the new people in the comments say, "Hey, cousin." I was like, "Hey, girl." I love you. I love you. Okay, so obviously, this woman was living a lie. I have shared, I have begged, I have pleaded with women. Please make sure you have some money. Especially if you have kids before you get married and you have a job, please don't quit the job. She claimed she was making $90,000 a year. Why would you quit a $90,000 job and you have two boys that the fathers allegedly are not involved in, and you need to provide for them and create generational wealth? Because I know your husband was not going to give them an equal share of his earned money and inheritance and transference for kids. I've shared my husband is a good man. My husband has taken care of us, provided for everything we need. But my husband is not giving my daughter an equal share of what he has. She will get a portion, a percentage of what he has. Okay. But most of my husband's wealth, generational wealth, will be going to his son, his heir, little Michael. So I'm creating and building wealth for Lexi and little Michael. Of course, my daughter's special needs, so there's a special needs trust fund for her. So you can't get up and quit your job. And so now when the shit hit the fan, now you're up here talking about, oh, I've had to apply for food stamps. Let's go ahead and read this. Thank you for your empathy. This man has done everything to break me, drain the accounts, cut off my cards. You don't have any credit card in your name? Cut off the internet in the house? You don't have a cell phone? Turn off my phone? Okay, there's Obama phone. You could go down to the food stamps office and get a phone. Have the family vehicle stolen? Do you have proof? I've had to apply for food stamps, but you just said you're rocking YSL and all of this. Do you know I didn't know this was a name brand person? That's how name brand novice I am. My girlfriend had to say, girl, that's a $5,000 purse. I'm like, what? Okay. I've had to apply for food stamps. Again, Janice Hylton, nothing wrong with food stamps. I wish I could get some food stamps, especially for people who pay taxes, home taxes. You know, taxes is going up. My children and I are struggling, but you was rocking Chanel and YSL. Am I even saying it right? SLY, and driving a Porsche. So how are you and your children struggling? I don't understand. I hate to even feel the need to justify needing help for 5 children. After a situation as such, this people will be people. Those are your children, ma'am. Were you not making any preparations for your children? Okay. You don't have no college fund for them? I hate to even feel the need to justify needing help for 5 children. Those are your children. You shouldn't need help to raise your children. You wasn't saving nothing. Let's go back. Let's go back to the video. You said.
If you hear my kids in the background, they're with daddy.
You can easily click off if you don't agree. And to be honest, I really don't care who doesn't agree, because at the end of the day, I really don't have to be doing this. I don't have to work. I'm still, whether you like me or not, I'm still going to be rocking Chanel and driving a Porsche. So, you know,
So oh, I forgot to give the girl credit, the young lady credit that I'm doing this video on. Her name is Zane Gray. Let me put her back up here. I'm sorry, I forgot. I was make sure I give the Zane. I'll give her a cash app. So this video, I'm playing this video from Zane, Zayne Gray, Grey channel. The name of this video is The Dark Truth About the Trophy Wife That Married a Monster That Everyone Ignores. And there's about 2 other ladies that I want to play their videos, but I'll come back. So I'll make sure I go and cash app her. And I forgot I have to cash out the other young lady. So check out her channel, Zane Gray. Check out Zane Gray channel. So wait a minute. You rocking Chanel, driving a Porsche, but you're saying I hate to even feel the need to justify needing help for 5 children. Why did you have 5 children? And then she had them back to back to back. The girl is 29. She got married at 25 to the predator. The most you should have had was 1 baby. The most you should have had was the 4-year-old girl. You have 3 babies in 5 years? Is that even possible? What happened to the Chanel, dear? And I just learned she had a whole book that she was selling. I'm going to do a video on that. So, and YouTube money and your coaching money and your book money, what were you doing with all of that money that you saved? Absolutely nothing, just in case your husband get up one morning and gave you his hands to kiss. And according to the YouTubers, ma'am, they are saying your husband filed for divorce today and you ran to the police, the hospital tomorrow. So people are thinking you knew that your babies were being hurt, but you wanted the lifestyle. You wanted the lifestyle. So you sacrifice your children for the lifestyle. And some more people is saying, you know, your son is the one, God forbid, because if your son is the one that was hurting his brother and his little sister, God forbid, his life is going to be over. They're going to lock him up forever. I pray to God it's not your son. Again, my heart goes out to all of these children, even if it's the boy, allegedly, I don't know, that hurt. My heart goes out. My heart breaks for him because this boy is going to be tagged a predator for the rest of his life. And it's not his fault. So you wasn't saving any money. I don't understand. What did you do with all the money? And ladies, this is why I keep telling y'all, you better have you some money. As much as I love my husband, baby, I have an escape fund. He even gives me money to put it. He said, here, baby, put this in your escape fund. Because you never know. He might get up tomorrow and say, bye. I don't love you no more. But the people are saying, ma'am, that your son is the one that's hurting the kids. Your husband went to file for divorce so he could get custody of the girls, and you ran down to say he did this to the girls. I don't know. What we do know is the babies are hurt and somebody did it. We don't know. We don't know if it's you. We don't know if it's your husband, and we don't know if it's the son. Somebody hurt those kids. So ladies, let this be a cautionary tale to make sure you have some money. There is no way, ma'am, rocking Chanel, driving a Porsche, and 6 weeks later, you down at the food stamp office. Again, there is nothing wrong with food stamps, y'all. I wish I could get me some. I was on food stamps for years. I had Lexi at 16. I had no job. I had no baby daddy. I was living with my aunt. I had no other option but to run down to the food stamps office. I remember my food stamp worker, Miss Russo. I remember her. And I remember another food stamp worker. Whenever I see them in the street, I'm like, hey, Miss Russo, hey, Mr. So-and-so. And they tell me, Miss Hylton, I'm so proud of you. Look at what you've made of your life. And all that time I was on food stamps, graduated high school, got my little apartment. God bless Mr. Shaw. I never forgot this man. My first little one studio apartment, he gave it to me for $380. This was in 1999. And he said when it came time to raise the rent, he would always say, Miss Jen, I'm not gonna raise your rent. I'm not gonna raise your rent. You know, he would say, I see how hard you're working. I see you going to school. I see you putting your baby on the bus. I'm not gonna raise your rent. And for 5 years, Mr. Shaw never raised my rent, y'all. I paid $380 a month for 5 years. And I was getting my food stamps, 200 and I don't remember how much, maybe 250. I don't remember. And my cash, $322. And my Medicaid. And I stayed in school. I went to Essex County because they had a daycare. A preschool. Lexi was in special education. The bus would drop her off half day at Essex County. I would stand outside at 11:30, by 11:30, in snow, wind, sleet, rain, waiting for Lexi bus to come. God showed us favor with the director. They would save lunch for Lexi. Lexi, I would drop her off. She would eat, and then she would go take a nap. And then when classes was over, I would go pick her up. And then I graduated from Essex and I went to Rutgers. Still on my Medicaid, still on my food stamps, still get my 322, still going to Work First New Jersey to get my bus card every 6 months or whatever. You would have to bring in your schedule and show that you are in school, and they would give you a stipend. It was $40. I remember my bus pass was $40. They would give you a stipend, and I would go down to Penn Station or Broadway Market and get my bus pass for the month. I think it was $40 or $42. And I did that from 18 until I was 24. Graduated Rutgers, got my little job, started my little 401k. Then the food stamps went away because I was making too much money. Then the cash went away because I was making too much. But I had Medicaid. And they had what's called Medicaid expansion back then. I remember all of this stuff. And they say they used to cut off the girls' Medicaid, but then the girls would quit the job so they could stay on the Medicaid. So they say, no, we don't want you quitting your job. We want you to become self-sufficient. So they would give you Medicaid expansion for 3 years. Let me tell you how good God was, y'all. Good God is. They gave me Medicaid expansion for 3 years. And the job I had fresh out of college, I stayed there for 3 years because I had missed the test for the job that I have now. And 3 years later, I took the test. I passed the test. Right as I signed on to this job and get my good health care coverage, my Medicaid expansion expired. So you see how God covered us. And I've had this job that I have now for almost 20 years. So when I say I know the struggle, I know the struggle. And let me tell you, I never miss a rent payment. My lights was always on. I didn't have no cable because I couldn't afford cable. But back then in the 90s, you know, you had a TV with an antenna. My lights was never turned off. And then I moved once I got this job and got a 1-bedroom apartment. Guess what I did? Gave Lexi the bedroom, and I slept in the living room on the futon. And then that landlord was acting funny, raised or ran more than he should raise it. We all went to court. The judge ruled in our favor. And then I said, no, I can't trust the landlord. So I moved to a bigger 1-bedroom apartment. Never forgot this guy, Jamaican guy. It was a Sunday. I called him. He said, I don't show apartments on Sunday. I said, okay, when can you show it to me? He said tomorrow, Monday or whatever. He said, and he called me back. He said, you know what? I feel like I'm supposed to show you this apartment today. So I met the man at his apartment building, and he showed me the apartment, showed me one apartment that was $750, and he went down the street and showed me another one. I said, no, I can't be on the 3rd floor. So I came back to this apartment. He said the apartment is $750. I said, can you do $700? Mind you, I was making $50,000. He said, can you do $725? I said, $725 it is. And I stayed there. I stayed there for years. I don't even remember. I got to think about it. And let me tell you, in the studio apartment, me and Lexi slept in the same bed for 8 years. From Lexi was about 2 until she was 8 or 9. And I stayed over there, paid off my student loan, kept my little job, was getting ready to buy my house, met my husband. So when I say I understand the struggle, babes, I really do understand. But you can't tell me you have 5 kids and you're not thinking about tomorrow. You're not thinking about their future. You don't have no college fund you can cash in. You have no savings that in 6 weeks you're struggling, you're hungry, you're doing the GoFundMe. People is tough. But she's doing good. Last time I checked it last night, she raised about almost $8,000. So don't put it off on us that you have to explain taking care of 5 children. Those are your children. You're supposed to make plans for them. You was rocking Chanel and all of this, but you didn't save anything for your babies for a rainy day. Considering by your own confession, this man raped you 4 times before the marriage. Y'all was having problems. You was calling the DV person. You making videos on YouTube telling women how to get a husband like yours, you know, the rapist husband that you got. He was beating your behind and you still didn't save nothing. I don't understand. Even if you say, okay, he's abusing me and I must stay another year to stash some money. You still wasn't stashing no money, even though your husband was arrested last year for DV. I don't understand it. This is why I keep telling you, my ladies that go through my courses and listen to my channel, always have some money. Always have some rainy day money. You never know what's gonna happen. You could get sick and can't go to work. Save a little money, sacrifice a little bit, because you never know what's gonna happen. Even through COVID, how many people lost their job? And I heard of one lady, it took them 6 months to get her unemployment. By then, she done lost her apartment. She had to move in with her mama. You have to have some money saved. You must sacrifice. You don't need Chanel and a Porsche. Like my husband said, we need a safe car. Is the car safe? And what are you doing this for? It's so that you could show off on other people, because that's not helping you. It's not helping you when you can talk about, I got this, I got that. But then when an emergency strikes, you have absolutely nothing to feed your kids. I don't understand. Cousins, I don't understand. Please explain it to me in the comment section. I absolutely love you. Her book, she had a book that she was selling. My book, my number one best-selling book, is almost 400 pages. And I sell this book for $19.99. I did bump it up to $29.99 earlier, but it's Black Friday week. I'm about to bump it back down to $19.99 so people could get their Christmas sale for Christmas. Listen, you need to come up with something to make some extra money, ladies. Bake some cookies, put your name on it. Whatever your gift is, God wants you to use your gift. My gift is a gift of writing and teaching. So I use my gift to do what? Create a couple of extra dollars. And all this extra money I may go in my escape fund. So when you buy a book, think to yourself, I'm helping Cousin Janice with her escape fund. Okay. I love you guys. Prayerfully, my husband and I, we've been married 12 years, and thank God, praise Jesus, we've had 12 wonderful years of marriage. We did it right. You know, we had counselors. He had to go talk to my father. We did marriage counseling with his pastor and my bishop at the time. And we went to marriage counseling, and you know, my father check in ever so often. Every time my dad see my husband, my father, the faith, he said, boy, you made it another year. He said, you made it another year and I didn't have to unalive you. So you need people in your life who's going to check in on you. My husband and I, we do continual marriage counseling. Matter of fact, we need to see him. We need to call our marriage counselor before the year is out. Okay. So ladies, please, I am begging you to please start saving $10 here, $10 there. I don't care how wonderful he is. You never know what can happen. He might wake up tomorrow and decide he don't want to be married to you anymore. And especially you ladies who are stay-at-home wives who have no earned income, you better come up with something. Start a YouTube channel. If you can cook, start a cooking channel. You can do hair, start a do hair channel. But you must be doing something. Read the Proverbs 31 woman. Her husband was a wealthy man. Her husband was a judge. But the Proverbs 31 woman, she was earning money here, earning money there. She was doing this. She was doing that. That's how I learned, along with the teachings of my father. And you need to. I absolutely love you, my darlings. Comment below. Let me know what you think. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Talk to you later. Bye.